If you are on the market looking for a high-end Prebuilt PC, you came to the right video. I will show you my favorite high-end Prebuilt PCs, and the minimum resolution I would recommend for any of these systems is 1440p. So if you want to play at 1080p, you can get away with way less. I wouldn't recommend any of these systems as you would be wasting your money in my opinion. But if you want the best of the best, this video is going directly for you. If you're new to PCs, don't worry, I will explain what each of these systems are capable of running and the estimated FPS and resolution for some titles. That being said, let's start. With the cheapest one on the list, we have the Omen 40L with the i7-13700K and the RTX 4070 Ti. You also get 16 gigs of RAM and 1TB of SSD for the price of $2,140. Like I said before, these PCs are really expensive, but this system is a 1440p high-end PC. I have the RTX 4070 Ti myself with the i5-13600K, so I'm getting worse performance than you would be getting with this system, and trust me, 1440p ultra settings, no matter which game you're playing, is definitely capable of running anything. If you want to run esports titles, you will be able to run them at above 300 FPS on average, and if you're looking to play games like Flight Simulator, you will be able to run this game on ultra settings at 60 plus FPS on average. Now, this is a 4K resolution capable system as well, so if you want to play at 4K, you can do it. It's not going to be the best one on the list, of course, because there are better PCs for 4K, but if you are not going to play really high demanding titles, 4K 60 plus FPS on average is definitely an option, especially in the most popular games. If you have more money and you want to step up the gaming performance, I recommend you this Skytech Chronos for $2,488. Here you get the AMD Ryzen 7 7700X, great CPU from the AM5 platform, and then you get the AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX for the GPU. This graphics card is the best graphics card for gaming after the RTX 4090 in terms of performance. In my opinion, it's much better value because it's way cheaper and the performance difference is not as huge, and I recommend you this PC for 4K gaming. I do not recommend it for 1440p. Of course you can use it for 1440p. It's not that your PC will die or anything like that, but I think that it's an overkill. Then you get 32 gigs of RAM of DDR5 memory and a 360 all-in-one liquid cooler. This is basically the perfect CPU-GPU combo if you're looking for a high-end PC that can run everything at 4K ultra settings and you do not want to spend anything more than $3,000. Talking about the $3,000 mark, if you are willing to spend more than that, for $3,150 you can get the Omen 45L. This one has the i9-13900K and the RTX 4090, arguably the best CPU-GPU combo for gaming and content creation in the whole market. In my opinion, this system for content creation is insane, and it's on an $850 discount, which once again is insane. You also get 1TB of hard drive and 1TB of SSD alongside 16 gigs of RAM, and this is the only thing I do not like about this system. You are only getting 16 gigs of RAM, which will not affect you if you're just gonna do gaming, but if you want to do content creation, which I'm guessing you're going to, because this CPU-GPU combo is not only the best for gaming in terms of performance, but also for content creation, I do recommend at least 32 gigs of RAM. This is a really cheap upgrade, and trust me when I say it's easy to replace the RAM, so I don't see it as a huge problem. I will leave you the RAM I recommend you buying down below in the video description, but trust me, it's not gonna cost you more than $60, and installing the RAM shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes. After you make this upgrade, even if you pay $3,200 or so, it is the best value Prebuilt PC in my opinion with the RTX 4090, which is the best GPU in terms of performance. On a 13 game average at 4K ultra settings, as you know, the 4090 is the best one with an average of 144 FPS, and we are talking about 13 different titles at ultra settings, including really high demanding video games. So in my honest opinion, I think the 45L is the best one if you want the best of the best, but you also don't want to burn your money, because anything more than this will be for different type of usage, and I will explain why in a second. With the next one, we have a $3,580 gaming PC, once again with the i9-13900K and the RTX 4090. The main difference here is that you get 2TB of NVMe SSD instead of 1TB, and you get 64 gigs of DDR5 memory instead of 16 gigs from the Omen 45L. If you are content creation, then this upgrade really makes sense for you because you get more SSD storage and you get more RAM. However, for gamers, and even if you're doing content creation but you're not a professional, I think that it will not make sense spending around $400 extra just for the RAM and storage difference. At the end of the day, it really depends on your budget and your needs. But like I said, if you're a creator, then sure, but if you're a gamer, I wouldn't recommend spending more than the Omen 45L. that was the best PC in my opinion if you want everything maxed out. However, I have two extra PCs for different type of buyers. The first one being the Skytech Eclipse for $3,300 right in between the Omen 45L and the Skytech Azure 2. And the reason why I put this one is because you get the AMD Ryzen 9 7900X instead of the i9 13900K. If you're new to PCs, basically with the AM5 platform, which is from AMD, you can upgrade the CPU down the line to newer CPUs that AMD is going to release in the future, and the only thing that you have to do is switch the CPU from one to another. However, if you buy a PC with the i9 13900K and you want to upgrade down the line, you will need to upgrade the whole motherboard. So not only is it going to be more expensive, but it's going to take way more knowledge from your side in order to make this upgrade. So this Skytech Eclipse is great because you get the AM5 platform, so you do not need to worry about that. But honestly, even if you go with the i9 13900K, you are going to have a good PC for a couple of years. You will not need to worry about upgrading anything at all right now. It's just something to keep in mind. And then with the other extra PC, we have the Eclipse PC from Amazon, and it's around $100 more expensive than the one I mentioned in this video with the RX 7900 XTX. The only reason I put this one here is for creators. If you're a gamer, the RX 7900 XTX is gonna be just slightly better than the RTX 4080 from the system for gaming. However, for content creation, the RTX 4080 is much better, and I do recommend you buying this one if that's your case. Or if you're a gamer but you really value ray tracing or DLSS 3, if you're new to PCs, this is basically a new technology from Nvidia that is gonna give you higher frame rates, but it's upscaling, meaning that it's not native resolution, and sometimes it doesn't look great, but sometimes it's just fine. Now, if you're willing to build a PC yourself, you can get a 4K resolution system for $2,000, which is less than the first PC that I mentioned on this video, and it has great performance at 4K. You will not regret building that PC yourself if you're willing to. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I will try to reply as fast as possible. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.